Hey guys, and welcome to the first episode of Spaceflight Weekly, where we keep you updated on all events in spaceflight and exploration. I'm Connor, your host for this episode. Without further delay, let's dive in. Let's start with Starship updates and the aftermath of the fourth test flight. Thankfully, the damage to the launch infrastructure wasn't as severe as the previous flight, but the SpaceX team is still working hard to protect the launch site from the immense power of 33 Raptor engines. Starting with the launch mount, there are visible spots damaged by the exhaust, mainly the quick disconnect QD arm for the booster. These tubes transfer all the fuel and oxidizer from the tanks to the booster, and they're expensive and labor intensive to repair or replace. While the damage is less than after Flight 3, it still highlights the ongoing need for improvements and iterative design. Next up is the chopsticks, which, upon first inspection, looked okay with no serious damage besides the toasted and crooked second stage QD arm. This was due to Starship pitching away from the launch tower a bit sooner than before to protect the upper, more fragile parts of the tower. However, this maneuver may have caused more damage to the launch mount and the QD arm, since the exhaust didn't fire through the hole into the water deluge system, but into the launch mount itself. The vertical tank farm was also damaged again, but at this point, it seems just weeks away from disappearing completely. Next, we have the construction of the second launch tower. Work on the foundation is well underway, and parts of the tower, which have been at the Cape, have started their journey to Starbase and should arrive in about 3 weeks. Additionally, the FAA released the pictures of the infrastructure expansion for Starship launches at Cape Canaveral, revealing that there will be 2 towers in the future. The new tower, called the Catch Tower, will probably be used just for catching Starships and boosters. We can't wait to see what the future holds for this site. After the 4th flight, SpaceX is making changes to Starship's heat shield. Workers started stripping the heat shield from Ship 30 to install ablative tiles under the reusable ones as a safety measure. Yes, it makes the ship slightly heavier, but it's a more optimal solution. Also, while streaming Diablo 4 on X, Elon dropped a few funny insights into the development of Starship. Flights to Uranus confirmed. We highly recommend watching the full stream on X. Continuing now with Virgin Galactic, on June 8th, they successfully completed their last mission with their current vehicle, Spaceship 2. The company plans to work on a new model that should be more optimal in performance and safety. However, there is a potential risk that the company might not make it financially for this vehicle to ever fly. Stoke Space performed a Hotfire for their full flow stage combustion engine, making them the second private company to do so. Their Nova rocket will have 7 of these engines powering the first stage. With the renovation of their new launch site and the successful hop test of their reusable second stage a few months ago, things are getting very interesting at Stoke Space. That's all for this episode. We hope you learned something new. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and let us know what you'd like to see in the next episode. Until then, Godspeed.